Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Win. I make videos on how to style curly hair and general curly hair knowledge. Today we're going to be talking about how I trim my beard. I typically leave my mustache a little bit longer than the rest, and there's a couple other tools I use that most people probably don't use. But if you are interested in seeing how I get to this, keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's get into it. Let me walk through some of the tools I'm going to use today to trim my beard. I typically like to take everything right here kind of to a number 2 length, and then I leave my mustache long and trim it at my lip because I like the shape it gives. So basically you're going to need some sort of shears. Hair shears are preferable, very sharp, and try to only use them for your hair because other materials might dull them. A comb of some type so you can brush all the hairs in the same direction. You will also need a shaver. So I use this Oster Classic 76 along with one other, and I'll get into in a little bit more why I like using these instead of beard trimmers. The other trimmer I have is the Andes, I think it's a fine liner or T liner or something because it has a T shape at the top. And then of course, to get in really close and see what you're doing, you may need a hand mirror, which I have right here. And of course something to kind of hold your hair back if it's long like mine. So bear with me here, this might get a little bit complicated because usually when I'm doing this myself, I will get really close to a mirror and make sure I'm doing it right. But for the sake of this tutorial, I will deal with it. Alright, so when you're trimming your beard, you're going to want to pull all your hair back. Most of you guys probably have short hair, so this might not be an issue for you, but you don't want to be accidentally trimming parts of your hair while you're going. So, I usually just kind of put like a bandana or something, pull it back, just to get everything out of the way. Pull it here, take this back, and that way nothing's in my way and I can work. Alright, so the first thing I do when I trim my beard is my mustache, and the way I do this is I kind of brush all my hairs down so they're all going in the same direction, and then I take my shears. I'm going to do this with a hand mirror, but you can always do this with just kind of a bathroom mirror, and you're going to want to kind of make a line from the middle of your lip to the edge of your mouth, and you're going to want to make the scissors kind of parallel to that line, so you get a really clean cut. You can see that. I'll go back and kind of clip just to make sure it's really even. I don't know if you can see, but I'm following kind of the top line of my lip. And then from the other side, this is hard to do with a mirror. Bear with me. So you're gonna kind of draw the line the same way that you did the other one. Usually I would. There's no rush. You can clip a little bit. If it doesn't, you're scared to clip too much, just go a little bit at a time. Brush them all back down because they tend to move while you're doing this. Let's see. And no rush. I mean, do this when you have some time. You don't need to be, it takes some time to regrow if you mess up. Alright, and then the second thing I'll do for the mustache is I'll kind of like bend my lip down like that because it causes the hairs to kind of stand up. And I'll clip out any that are poking out along the bottom edge. And then also, if there's any that you see just kind of sticking out, like I have one right here, here, and here, go ahead and just clip those. Of course, it kind of depends on how they dry, but I always figure if they're sticking out now, they're gonna stick out later. And then I like to, it's a lot easier when you're not holding a mirror, but kind of just check, and I'll go back with the scissors and make sure I got a clean line. All right, let's see if I can. Let's just back and forth. Take your time. There's no rush. All right, so that's pretty much the mustache. Very easy. Again, just brush it straight down, cut in a line on the bottom for this type of look, and it should work out for you. Now the next part, so let me go into a little bit why I prefer using this type of clipper rather than a beard trimmer. So this one has like a metal blade. These blades come in many different sizes. This particular one is a number 2. And they just kind of snap off like this. They're very easy to change. But you'll notice the teeth are all very close together. So this allows you to get a really even cut, and the hairs all end up being the same length. It's been a while since I've used a beard trimmer. They may have advanced a lot in technology, but I've always found those to break over time. They like lose their power really fast. This one just plugs into power, so you pretty much, it's not going to die on you. You don't have to worry about charging it. It's not the most portable. I mean, you can obviously take it with you, but it's certainly heavier and bigger than a beard trimmer. So for this, I pretty much just like go over everything on my face. I'll show you kind of what I do when I get up to here, and then sort of stop right here so as not to go into the mustache. So when you go around here, if you kind of push out here, it makes this area flat, and it's really easy to get those all evenly. All right, and then when I get to the sideburn area, I'll kind of go up, and I'll kind of do this like arc motion, which I feel like tends to sort of blend in the longer hairs with your beard. And then, so I'll tend to do half of my face and then do the other half. So I'll go up in that direction just to like do a first pass cut on everything. And then I'll come back kind of against the grain and like down just to make sure I got all the hairs that may be growing in a different direction. And you may have seen me kind of blowing here, and that's just to make sure that everything is cutting really even. Now you go down. Down here. Go against this because it's going in a weird direction. All right, so you can kind of see one half of my face, the other half of my face. I think for this side, just to save you guys some time, I'll skip into time lapse. All right, so finish both sides. And let me just do a quick check to make sure I got everything. Seems like I have. All right. Seems like there's a little part here and here that I'm gonna get real fast. right, one more check. Make sure you look in straight on at the mirror, just because, you know, the angles will sort of distort your perception. Okay, so the last step is to clean up your edges. This makes a really big difference to the cleanliness of the look, and it'll make it look like more professional. So for that, I use these Andes T outliners. Again, same reason I use these instead of a beard trimmer, but I'm sure on a beard trimmer, there's probably a 0 setting that'll do the same thing. So for this, we're going to, when it's on, follow up this line to clean up this line, and then follow up this line to clean here. And then we're gonna mark down here, shave down, and that'll pretty much be it. So I have found over the years that the way to get the cleanest line here is to try to, and it definitely takes some practice, but it's to try to like get it in one swoop. When you start going in like this, I feel like you end up with a jagged line, and to be honest, like most people probably aren't gonna notice if you mess up. Really, it'll only be you, so you've got a couple of times to give it a shot. All right, so let me do this side. I'll do this in like normal time, and then probably do the other side in time lapse, and then we will be finished. All right, one other thing I do sometimes is I'll kind of go around this part of my face just to make sure it's really clean, and that's what I'm gonna do now. Check and make sure. I think I'll do this one more time. All right. I think that looks good. And, you know, like I said, try to do it in one swoop, but sometimes you can't do it. My hair grows a little bit differently on both sides, so I have to kind of think about that when I do this. All right, so the last step here is just to get under your chin here. And this can be a little bit difficult, how to find the line, but I have a trick that might help you out. So I don't know if everybody has like a different jaw structure, but for me, if I kind of like pull back the skin here, I have a very defined line. So what I do when I'm trimming this part of my neck is I like kind of superimpose it back and then cut right below that. So the line I'm trying to cut in the mirror is parallel pretty much to the jaw line, and it intersects like literally where the corner of my jaw like goes into my face. A lot of people make the mistake of like going up and then they go like this. But then when you come down, like your skin stretches back over your chin, and you're left with like a line coming like all the way up to here. So you want to try to trim it when you're looking straight in the mirror with your face in a relaxed position. So bear with me here as I trim this up. Now for this next part, once you've got this line drawn in, you want to go perpendicular, or I guess parallel to this line that the hair on your chin makes, and draw it just again to where this jaw intersects your face, and just go straight up and down to clean that up. And you can go back just to like, sharpen that point. And now you're just gonna do the same thing to the other side. So probably I'll do this one in time lapse just to save you guys some time. All right, and there you have it. That is how I trim my beard. So I want to thank you guys for watching so much. If you're interested in seeing other videos, I have a couple other videos on how to style curly hair and just general information on curly hair. The videos will be linked here. I hope you guys have a great day, and I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. Bye.